Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to another Wednesday Live. Today is going to be a little bit different. We are going to be getting guided messages from the angels. And I'm just going to wait for everybody to join before I get started. We will still be doing personal card pulls at the end of the collective messages from the angels. So stick around for that if you are interested in that. But I'm going to be pulling a card from my Archangel's Oracle to see who wants to come forward, who has messages for us. Already starting to feel the connection and get the messages, so I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes for people to come in. Can't wait too long, though. Let's see. Let me get some of these opened up here. Oh, dropping things already. Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Getting messages here from Archangel Sandalphon. So the first thing coming through is there are some musicians in the audience here, some musicians in the collective, and Archangel Sandalphon is saying that it is a prosperous year for musicians and for music. So if music is something that you are pursuing or wanting to get better at, this is a good time to get started on new projects if that is something that you've been thinking about. But this year is very prosperous for musicians. And Archangel Sandalphon is the archangel of music. And so if you want to call upon his guidance, he can help you find direction for musical projects, to channel your creativity, and to get better at your craft. And bringing messages about feeling lost, about pursuing a passion. So, and this could be separate from the messages for the musicians. Feeling lost in pursuing a passion. So maybe the spark isn't quite there anymore in something that you were once very passionate about. There's frustration around things not going as smoothly as they once did in pursuing your passions. And I think there's, for some of you, this is because what you used to be passionate about, you just aren't anymore, and it's time for you to change direction. And for some of you, there's a missing piece. There's like a missing link in this. And Archangel Sandalphon wants to help you discover what that missing piece is. And I think I see like looking in one direction is doing what you've always done, and things just aren't working anymore for whatever reason. You can't figure it out. And if you just turn over here, there's like this big rainbow of solutions for you to tap into. That in that message is wanting you to expand your horizons, expand your consciousness, and to learn new things and be able to find solutions and tools for yourself when things just aren't working anymore. Keep doing what you've always been doing and run into problems and just keep doing the same things, you're not gonna be finding solutions. So you need to expand beyond yourself and what you know to find what it is that is missing from your life. All right, for some of you, this is kind of a message for anyone who feels that they are in the healing space, and that could be energy healers, that can be those out there who help people heal physically, doctors, nurses, anyone in medical. If you feel that you are just a healing presence for others around you, those of you who are tapped into some kind of source of positive, uplifting, healing, loving energy. I'm seeing like we're all plugged in to the same source of healing. Okay, it's starting to make sense. Hello, Amy. So we're all plugged into the same source of healing energy, and you are a vessel for that source of energy. And so bringing forward this message of spreading healing, loving kindness into the world. On this card, it says, your role is to create a connection between heaven, earth, and all hearts. We are supposed to come together as one healing, loving, energetic frequency to spread that healing, loving kindness to those around us. So if you feel that you are someone who is guided towards being a loving force in this world and providing a sense of direction to those who are lost or afraid or aren't sure where to turn to find this source of energy, we are meant to be the vessels to guide that to those people. And so I um it is like we are all connected by these cords to this one energetic source that brings loving, healing energy down to us and through us, and we're meant to expand that and amplify that and spread that to those around us. Kind of like this rainbow circle here. And sharing that energy with anyone who feels disconnected from that source of loving, healing energy. Hello, Alicia. It's been a while. Good to see you. Okay. Yeah. So we're really being driven towards connection and unity and community and coming together to share and uplift each other. And I just kind of see like maybe suddenly you are someone who people come to learn something new or to find a resource or to seek guidance or even just a safe space to exist. Um, People are being drawn to that loving, healing energy because they can't find it within themselves. And sometimes we need others to show us that it's okay to plug into that source for themselves. You can find it within you. You can find that loving, healing energy in yourself and cultivate it and be able to share it with others. So that's kind of that. If people are and this isn't like people, energetic vampires or people trying to steal your light. This is people who are truly lost and afraid and not sure where to turn. And you're like, well, I have this source of loving energy that I can just share with you. And let me show you what it feels like so that you can use it for yourself and share it with others. So we're kind of like passing this baton of love and healing to those who need it the most so that we can expand this circle of energy that is uplifting us as a collective to bring more of that, like, peace and guidance and bringing us all together to share this one source of energy of love. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do one more of these, but those are all the messages from Archangel Sandalphon. We're going to see who else wants to come forward to share messages and guidance with us today. All right. Archangel Jophiel. Trust the unfolding. There's no wrong path, only choices that take you closer to or further from love. More messages about love here. I'm hearing strongly, you're not believing in yourself. You're not believing in yourself. And some of you may feel like you are. You might tell yourself, I can do this. I'm strong. But that's just a conscious thought, and it hasn't made itself to your subconscious mind yet to where you truly believe that you are strong and capable. And if you don't believe in yourself, then you don't trust in yourself. And if you don't trust in yourself, then it's even harder to trust that things are unfolding in your favor. So bring yourself okay. So believe in the love that surrounds you. I think there's people on your side, there's people in your corner who surround you and love you and want to pick you up from where you've been if you've been struggling. They want to hold space for you and energetically lift you to where you can believe in yourself and do the things that you need to do, because the journey that you're on, what you're trying to do, is something that only you can do for yourself. But you're surrounded by so much love that uplifts you. Let that be your support so that you can go do the things that you have to do to get to where you want to be. No one else can do this for you. But once you believe in yourself and you trust and you can get yourself into that space and that mindset, then you can say, okay, I believe that everything is happening for me. Everything is unfolding for me perfectly so that I can get to where I want to be. And for some of you, there may be a sense of regret or feeling like you trusted your choices and your actions in the past, and they led you to this path that led to defeat, destruction, unhappiness, um, toxic environments, toxic people, relationships. Like, you trusted yourself in the past, and it led you to somewhere that you don't want to be now. And that may leave you feeling questioning your intuition, questioning your guidance, questioning everything. But there's something about that path that you chose in the past is going to lead you to where you want to be, but that path has to fall apart. It has to divert to something else now in order to lead you closer to love. Sorry, there's Archangel Jophiel is clapping for you. Yes, yes. This had to lead you here so that you can come closer to love, to come closer to where you wanna be. Sometimes you have to destroy yourself to find yourself. And for some of you, it's a peaceful process. It's unfolding very naturally. For some of you, it's harsh and destructive, and it feels daunting. It feels overwhelming. Sometimes it feels unfair. I'm hearing, like, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. I deserve better than this. And the message, if you believe that you deserve better, then go and get it because you do. Believing in yourself. All right. Archangel Jophiel saying, if you don't believe in yourself, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling like the destruction of life right now is too much for you, call on me and I will lift you up. Call on Archangel Jophiel to lift you up, to show you that love is all around you and love is your support, to guide you to where you have to be. It's time for you to soar, but you have to go through this process in order to get to that place. All right. Short little messages there. That is everything from Archangel Jophiel. Let's do one more and then get into personal card pulls. So if you would like me to pull some cards for you personally, you can leave a heart emoji in the comments. And I will get some messages for you. Okay. More messages about love. All right. Lots of gold and energy here. Gold and white light could be significant. So, Archangel Ariel. Sacred activist, protect what is right and just. Let love lead the way. This kind of ties into the messages from Archangel Sandalphon and how love is the direction, love is the guidance, and courage, strength, motivation. Fight for what is right within yourself and for others. There's a quiet confidence to this energy. Yeah, it's kind of that presence that fills the room with its powerful energy. Like when someone walks into the room and they don't have to say a word, but you know that they are there and their energy just kind of takes over and it's commands the room. It's that kind of energy is what we're being asked to embrace and embody when it comes to standing up for what we believe in. This feels like supporting the collective. This feels like standing up for those whose voices are stifled, standing up for those who feel they don't have a voice. It is time for us to this also kind of ties into the messages from Archangel Jophiel of like, you have to believe in yourself in order to really be able to stand up for yourself and others in a way that is meaningful and just and grounded and very level-headed. I'm hearing anger does not win this war, love wins this war. And when you have that deep cultivated love for yourself and for those around you, you can lift them up too. You have to be strong and stable and sturdy within yourself to be able to be that force for others. Yeah, okay, so getting the sacred activist loves from the sacral chakra, which is that soft, strong, feminine, powerful, yet kind and compassionate and emotionally driven, but not to be messed with. Compassion, empathy, and understanding guides us towards the energies within ourselves that we can use to stand up and be powerful. It's the sacral leading into that solar plexus energy of that empowerment, what is right, what is just. And there had to be a fire that was lit initially before we could get to this space. So there was some emotional upheaval, frustration, anger, sense of injustice that had to lead us to this place to where we say, "You know what? We stand confidently and we stand passionately for what is right and for what we believe to be true." And that is enough. Less action, more collection. Hmm. More of the collective energies being on the same wavelength is what rocks the boat enough to get us moving in the right direction. So we can say goodbye to the past and hello to the present and future that is. There is upheaval leads to success. So it may be a little rocky at first, but then it's smooth sailing. Okay. On their exit, Archangel Ariel saying, "We've got this. Trust, I believe in you. We will win this war with love." Okay. All right. So let's see. 1 second. Okay, we have one final message that wants to come through. All right, the message coming through to wrap up the collective messages here is hope, authentic reclamation. It's time to call back all the lost parts of yourself. Beautiful image here. It's time to call back all the lost parts of yourself. So these messages are all about it's about how you can move yourself forward to move the collective forward. A lot of what is going to help us collectively is us being our most authentic selves, staying true to who we are and being taking care of us, taking care of ourselves, doing what we got to do for us. And if everybody just does that and has compassion and loving energy towards others and It's this energy of, like, mind your own business so that you can have love and compassion for others. If you don't care what other people are doing with their lives, then there's no judgment, there's no fear, there's no anger, there's no hatred. Cultivating love and compassion towards others by taking care of yourself, doing what you gotta do for you, playing taking care of your piece of the land, playing the part that you need to play in all of this. That's how we can help others, and that's how we can change the tides here. This is how we can help shift this energy and bring ourselves to a place of more love and more understanding. So if you feel like there are parts of you that have been lost, pieces of your soul, your essence, your being, pieces of your love, your value, your heart that need to come back to you, ask them to come forward, to come back through the heart space, to reclaim your most authentic self, calling back the lost parts of you so that you can be whole as you are and be the missing piece that the collective needs. If we all have our pieces back with us, then we can stand together as one. So this is, the best thing that we can do for ourselves and for others is to take care of us, do what's necessary for us to keep moving forward, find our missing pieces, and play our role. Play our role in all of this. Just worry about your piece of land. Worry about your section of the project. And if everybody does that, then we can come together as one. And things will be a lot more cohesive and loving. I'm seeing a beautiful little spiral. Yeah. Authentic reclamation. It's time to call back all the lost parts of yourself. Hope. Hope for the future, hope for the present, hope for the best. All right. So that is everything for the collective messages there. So now I'm going to pull some cards for everybody who wants some guidance. So howdy there, Lindsay. Laura's here. Silly Rabbit's here. Went with this scroll. All right. So leave a heart emoji if you want me to pull a couple cards for you, and let's get started. Starting off with Amy. All right, Amy, got talk to the moon, invite dreams and messages. So maybe actually going out and having a conversation with the moon, sending your desires and your wishes up to her light, her energy, asking for what it is that you need to move forward. What is holding you back, holding you down? Send it up to the universe to be turned into something positive and uplifting. Have them recycle that energy for you. Leave your worries to the moon. Leave your dreams to the moon. Send it all up to the moon. She's there to help and you're there asking for her guidance, for her messages, for her love. She wants to provide. She wants to give you the wisdom that you seek to move forward. She wants to help you open up your heart chakra. Just envision the moon's light beaming down, entering your heart chakra, filling you with the courage and the wisdom and the knowing, the soft confidence and to take the action that you need to take. The moon's inspiration wants to come through for you. Send your worries to the moon, send your dreams to the moon, get your messages from the moon. Open your heart chakra with the moon. Your shadows have been revealed. It's time for you to embrace them. You know what you have to do to move out of those shadows and into the light again. We have the number 5, the potato, grounding, getting yourself grounded. I'm seeing just even like digging your feet into the earth while you talk to the moon. Get yourself outside, spend some time in the grass, hug a tree, eat some potatoes, do what you got to do to feel grounded and connected to nature. But it's also time to get grounded. Okay, so the sun card is coming out on here as well. The sun is on here twice, and you have the moon. So spending time with the sun and the moon, embracing the moon's guidance and messages, and filling yourself up with vitality and courage and motivation and strength from the sun. Ask for the things that you need. Ask for the energies that you need to embrace in order to move yourself into where you want to go. It's time. It's time. The guidance that you need is here for you. Be open to receive it. I'm hearing you are open to receive it. You just have to use it. You just have to use it now. You've got all the messages and guidance and tools and resources that you need. Now you have to use them. That's that sun energy, taking action. All right, and we have animals coming out here for you. The dog, companionship, partnership, moving forward. I think the eagle is also coming out for you. Getting that higher perspective. I think there's significance here with the dog and maybe a loss surrounding that. Having to give up things that you don't want to, but seeing that higher perspective can help you make peace with that, to settle into that acceptance. A dog's love is eternal, unconditional, and compassionate. And I feel like that brings you some kind of solace. Love is not lost. Love is always there. As you seek your freedom and your guidance from source, the eagle's perspective is always the greater perspective. Everything is connected. Everything is divine. Move yourself to where you got to be. Use your wings. Okay, Amy, those are your messages. Thank you for tuning in today. It was so good to see you. All right. Alicia. Let's see. Let's get your cards. All right, that's the one, I guess. All right. Archangel Raziel, the inner workings. There are hidden truths below the surface. Dig deeper. Mm. Okay, there's some balance here. There's some kind of contradicting energies, but also, I mean, that is balance. Archangel Raziel, the inner workings. I feel like the colors green, purple, and blue are significant for you. There's some information that you don't have yet. Information that you need in order for you to take action and to move forward on something. I feel like you're not sure what direction to move in. Part of you subconsciously likes that procrastination, that not knowing, because then you're always in the discovery phase. You're always in the process phase of things. So you can always be wondering, you say, "Oh, well, I just don't know yet." And then that's kind of like a comfort zone, kind of a safety space for you so that you don't have to be responsible for taking the action. Sometimes it's too much for you to bear. It's too much for you to carry, especially if you're doing it by yourself. It's like, I have so much responsibility already. Am I really sure that I want to take more responsibility? But there's something calling you to go beneath the surface to find the answers to the questions that you have, to find the solutions that you seek, because you're being encouraged to take further steps with this and to move into this next direction. And, the universe, your guides, even angels want to bring in that further guidance for you. They want to show you just how good life can be and how easy it is for you to take on a new responsibility because it's so natural and it just flows for you and it just makes sense. That's why you're feeling guided to it, because it's yours. And this energy, like, these missing pieces are within you. Just dig a little bit deeper and you have the answers. You'll find the answers, but you've been keeping things on the surface, keeping it surface level so that you don't have to find the answers. It was kind of like this energy of like, I don't want to be right. I don't want to know the truth because it's going to move me forward, and that's scary. Change is scary. Movement can be scary. But I think ultimately, courage is coming out. Ooh, drop the courage. Courage is coming out for you here as well. So courage is something that you're going to be finding more of and seeking more of. And I think maybe that's one of the things that you're going to find as you begin to dig deeper, is the courage that you have to actually take this on and to move things forward. And the courage to admit to yourself that this is what you want and this is where you're going and nothing's going to stop you. And to balance all of that out, take time to relax. All is well. All is well. Everything's going to be okay. If there's any worries that you have surrounding this, like, just drop them. Let them go. Leave those in the dust, because those worries aren't going to get you anywhere other than stuck. So leaving those worries in the past, leave it all behind. All is well. Take time to relax. Maybe there's a dog that you enjoy spending time with, even a spirit dog that you enjoy spending time with. Ooh, animals coming out for you. I shuffled this. You could probably hear it. I don't know if you could see it, but I was shuffling this. Animals coming out for you. The dog. Lots of guidance coming from dogs today. I love that. And there's a dog on this card as well. So the dog's coming out strong for you, Alicia. The dog's support and love is unconditional. Do you have unconditional love for yourself? Do you have unconditional support for yourself? Do you have this foundation of courage that's going to give you the lift that you need to make things happen. There's definitely a dog spirit here supporting you as well, encouraging you to keep moving forward. And she's like, "I would have done it. What are you waiting for? You gotta jump on these opportunities. You gotta take control of your life. Make things happen. You got this." All right. Those are the messages I have for you, Alicia. Hope those were helpful. Just catching up on the comments here. Yes, Amy, some heart chakra. It's heart chakra week. Potatoes. Yes. Oh, yeah. Potatoes are, like, the most healing. I don't know. There's something about them. It's comforting. It's food for the soul and the body. All right. Katie's here. Yay. All right. Yes, Alicia, I love when our sweet, sweet animal babies come give us messages from wherever they are spending their days now. It's always very sweet and very warm and so loving. They're always with us. All right. And I scrolled up and I didn't check the list. Okay. Stop. All right. Silly Rabbit, and then Laura, and then Lindsay, and then Katie. Perfect. Thank you for being here, Alicia. I appreciate you too. All right. For the rabbit, let's see here. I shuffled these. You got the potato too. Grounding. Number 5. Positive change is coming into your sphere, and it's not quite entering your physical reality yet, but it's out here and you can see it and you can feel it and you can sense it, and you're like, okay, positive change is on the horizon. Interested to see how that unfolds. Okay. I want to go eat some potatoes now. Sheesh. All right. All right. So you've got grounding. Yeah. So there's like some things ready to be grounded into your physical reality, but it's just not quite time yet. Not quite there yet, but I think you're getting some ideas, some inspiration, some clarity. It's because all this positive change is swirling just right outside you, around you. And it's like, all right, take the inspirations and run with it, and these things will start to be grounded into your life. And we have crystal energy. Crystal energy. Amplify your intentions. If you have some crystals or stones that you like to use to manifest or just amplify your intention for the day. If there's a stone that you can associate with like an affirmation or a mantra or a word that you have for the day, you carry that with you and feel its energy. Give it that intention to help you move through that process. I think that's kind of like that in itself is very grounding. And it's balancing that spiritual and that earthly aspect, which helps you feel grounded, helps you feel balanced and stable, so you're not too far in one direction. Yeah, so maybe having stones with you or just, like, one stone with you every day that has an intention in it, and you can use that stone to amplify that intention for the day. I think that's gonna help you move forward towards, um, the abundance and these prosperous opportunities that want to come in for you, and it's gonna help you stay grounded and connected enough to receive the inspiration that wants to come in for you to move you into these new realities that are swirling around in your sphere. We have undercurrent here, feel at peace. I'm hearing it's time for peace, it's time for pieces of love to find their way back to you. So if there's things that you feel that you lost, pieces of yourself that you feel you lost in the process of life or a certain situation or circumstance, those it's like calling those parts of you back, which was a message in the, beginning of calling lost parts of yourself back to you. It's like reclaiming pieces of your soul to become yourself again, to feel like the best version of yourself. There may be some, like in this process of calling pieces of yourself back to you, like, that might help heal some health issues or at least alleviate some symptoms. Um, you might start to see physical things resolving or even, like, your physical body shape changing. Interesting. Yeah, it's time to feel at peace, and I think that's something that you can accomplish through calling those lost parts of yourself back to you, calling your power back, and rediscovering who you are at your strongest, who you are at your finest, and embracing that. Maybe using that as one of your intentions is to step into your authentic self, reclaim those pieces of your soul that you feel you've given away or lost, to ground yourself into a new reality and bring those opportunities into the physical for you. I was like, "Let's see what animal we have," and I just heard cat, so I don't know if cats are significant for you. We have the hawk. A hawk spirit coming through to support you on this journey, very much receiving divine messages and guidance through, symbolism, so signs, synchronicities, maybe even through using animals as symbols to receive guidance. Um, but this is also flying high above everything that's happened in the past and looking down and saying, "Oh, there's a blessing, I'll take that. There's a lesson, okay, I've learned that one," or "There's a lesson I need to revisit." So it's kind of just taking inventory of where you've been and how you can use that to get you to where you wanna be. Get you to I just keep hearing, like, the best version of yourself. If that's, like, a goal that you have is to be the best version of you, then that's something that this process is gonna help you with, to just look back and take inventory and then bring it to the present moment and be like, "Okay." Um, yeah, to move you into the best version of yourself that you can possibly be right now, and then just keep that momentum going to always be becoming we are always becoming the best versions of ourselves. The more that we put the time and attention and love and interest into doing so, amplifying that intention. Oh my goodness, that's so crazy. The cats are drawn to you at the full moon? That's wild. I love that so much. Heck yeah. Oh, I'm proud of you. Say no to french fries and yes to boiled potatoes. Let's go. And that's, like, mashed potatoes even, like it's potatoes in their more truer form, right? More natural to the essence of the potato in that way. So, good for you. Love it. Alright, so those are your messages there, silly rabbit. Let's see. Thank you for being here. Uh, Next up is Laura, and then Lindsay, and then Katie. You're welcome. So glad that those messages resonated for you. All right, Laura. Ooh, there we go. That's making sense. So I was getting this messages of walls of protection, like constant walls of protection, putting up these walls of protection. And then we have the root chakra coming out. So I think it's the desire to have all of this protection, all of these walls is fear-based. What are you afraid of? I feel like your energy is very earthbound these days. What fears are keeping you tethered to something? There's something about like the ways of being that you see as challenges, the ways of being that you see as something that's holding you back are creations of your fear. They've manifested from your fears. And so you're like, oh, I don't want this. I'm tired of this. Why can't I let go of this? Because you're holding on to it. It's something that you've kind of rooted yourself into. Subconsciously, most likely, usually is. But it's something that you've decided that you should keep around. And that could be your walls of protection, whatever that is. And so at some point, your mind decided that those things were walls of protection. They were for your safety and for your well-being, but it's just not the case anymore. And so there's some kind of ties that you need to cut subconsciously with those things that you don't desire to have in your space, in your reality anymore. You have to be able to let go, let loose, untether yourself, and you're going to float away. You're going to float away, but it's for the best. You're going to float to somewhere that's even better than where you are or where you've been. So it's time for you to cut ties, cut loose. I see like a hot air balloon, and they're tethered to the ground before they set themselves to the sky. So like taking the stakes out from those tethers, even cutting them with a knife, like it's time to cut loose. It's time for you to set yourself free, set your energy free to move yourself forward. Those things that you don't want anymore, it's time for you to let go. And I think if you're not sure what that is, the clarity is coming. If you're not sure how to go about this process, clarity's here for you. You feel like maybe it's foggy right now, but and that number one with like a fresh start. Number one, also the first chakra, the root chakra, carrots, root vegetable here. Like ground yourself in what you want instead of what is best for a past version of yourself. Then maybe there's a part of you that's trying to heal yourself in the past through sticking around in those energies or holding on to those things that don't serve you anymore. It's like a part of you is like, well, this will help at least like soothe a past version of me or heal a past version of me. But that's just not the case. We typically heal our past selves best by moving forward and stepping into the energies that we want to see ourselves in and where our souls will thrive. Then we have success here with the number 20. So finding success in that process. And I felt guided to move backwards on these cards, to go right to left instead of left to right. So maybe there's a switch up in perspective. You need to like literally completely shift the way that you do things or the way that you perceive things. Just taking it to the other side of the coin, other side of the perspective. That's your key to success. That's how you're going to find balance. Peppermint is cleansing. It's also soothing as I choke on air. But you need to strike some balance here in your energy and with yourself and in your life. And things are coming full circle, and it's time for you to really switch things up. In your perspective first and foremost, and then the rest just kind of follows. But yeah, I hope that made sense for you, Laura. Hope those messages resonated and that you found them helpful. It was good to have you here today. Good to see you. So thank you. Thank you. All right, let's see. So for those of you who are still around or watching the replay, I should say this at the beginning, but I always forget. But like, I do offer personal readings. I offer them in person or online. You can book things with me through Facebook. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, all the things. You can find me as The Authentic Heart on all those platforms. Where did I go? Okay, Lindsay, you're next, and then Katie. Perfection. All right. Awesome. Okay, Lindsay. Okay, Archangel Raphael coming through for you. Archangel Raphael is cleansing and healing and bringing in some clarity of vision for you. Ooh. All right. Ooh. There you go. Focus. Clarity of vision. I love it. Okay. Be willing to see things differently to initiate healing and experience wholeness. Be willing to see things differently is key there. That's key to your success. How can you shift the way that you see things in order to be more loving and accepting of yourself or of a situation? Allow things to change, allow things to shift, allow your perspective to form to whatever it is that you need to accept. I feel like it's time to see things more clearly and to change your vision, to change your perspective, but you just don't want to. I was literally, oh my God. I was literally about to say like literally changing your prescription, like your vision prescription. And you have an eye appointment next week. That's perfect. Okay. Your prescription may be changing to have more clarity of vision. But also perspective vision. So changing your perspective to see things differently. Maybe changing your physical vision will help you see things more clearly for yourself as well. Kind of helps your spiritual vision to find beauty in things that you wouldn't ordinarily. And it's time for you to play and have fun. So I think this change in perspective allows some lightness to come in, and you realize that the restrictions have been created by yourself, and you're like, all I had to do was change my perspective, and now it feels like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I can relax, I can breathe. Like, the changing tides, it's safe when things are changing, and you're gonna play and have more fun with those shifts in life. And just seeing things from that different perspective allows in more positivity and more play and more, like, range of motion for yourself in your life, that more fluid movement. There's just more freedom here. And then notice the numbers. I noticed the number 5 here for some positive change coming in for you. Watch for spirit messages. Some number synchronicities, some other signs or symbols that want to offer you some clarity, offer you some direction for your vision. I think there's kinda like it's this weird thing of, like, I see clearly now, but I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go. I see everything, I see all these paths, and, "Oh, great, I have to make another decision." But, there's beauty in having decisions to make. There's beauty in all that opportunity, so that perspective, instead of saying, "Oh, great, I have all these options now, what am I supposed to do?" You could say, "Oh, wow, look at all this opportunity. I wonder which one's best for me," and allow your curiosity to lead you to the inspiration to choose a path. You will be most drawn to something if you open up your perspective a little bit to curiosity and acceptance and play and having fun in the process. You'll notice that you're kind of just intuitively drawn to certain things, and that's where you're supposed to be. 555 everywhere, 555, positive change and shift. Trust, solid grounding foundations for yourself. I was like, I heard my dog snoring, but I don't see her, but she's upstairs. Yeah, positive changes, shifting. It's on the horizon for you. Just allow your perspective to shift, and then other things will shift as well. Okay. Let's see what animal. We have the dog coming out again, you guys. Here you go, Lindsay. Here's your dog. As I was just talking about hearing my dog snoring too. It's just perfect. I think you have a dog that's there to support you as well. Or like to be an emotional support, kind of one of those back burner supports. Like they, you know, there to offer you some comfort and guidance, and maybe even like talking things through with your dog is helpful, or like sharing messages and guidance from your dog. Like, I don't know. They're like messages and guidance can come to you from that process of just like speaking things out loud to your dog. That's very specific. You just let the dog out. Okay. There's a synchronicity right there. Your dog is a sign. I feel like your dog wants you to get up and move forward. It's time for life to shift, have a new perspective. And then there's something about like your dog's energy will shift as well, because our pets reflect our energies sometimes, most of the time. They pick up on these things, and sometimes they mirror things back to us. So, like, if your dog is suddenly really anxious or like bouncing off the walls, it's like, okay, where did this come from? And then just take a moment to be like, is there something within me that maybe this is a reflection of? It's a possibility. Canine guidance for you. Talk things through with your dog, and I think like divine inspiration and messages and guidance will come to you, maybe from your dog, like as a vessel for that divine guidance, or even just from your own intuitive inspirations. But that's a really interesting message. I like that a lot. Thank you to all the dogs out there that are supporting this reading today, coming through, sharing your energy with us. I love it. All right, Lindsay, those are your messages. Thank you so very much for joining us today. Give your dog a kiss for me. All right. So we went Lindsay, and then Katie is next. You're welcome. All right, Katie. Okay, I'm hearing communication has been rough. Maybe communication has been bad this week. Maybe this month. I don't know. Ooh, don't drop the cards. Okay. I really want to eat potatoes now, guys. Guess it's just going to have to happen. All right, communication. Here you go, Katie. Focus. Communication has been unclear. I don't know if that's just today or this last week or this last month, but I'm also hearing positive communication is on the forecast for you as well. There was like a tenseness in the solar sacral area around my sides there, and then it was like, okay, we can just let that go. So there's a sigh of relief coming in for you. Pisces energy coming through here, the number 2. I feel like this could be between you and a person or watching communication between others not be too good or feeling like you're kind of in the middle of that situation. I don't know if travel is something that's coming in for you as well, if you have some vacation or a trip that's coming up, but travel kind of came through a little bit. Okay, getting grounded in your intentions of how you want to communicate this thing. So instead of seeing this communication as like, oh God, this is so rough, this communication is choppy, I'm not sure I'm going to move forward, and you're kind of like ruminating on that and just kind of fixated on the fact that things aren't moving smoothly, communication's not very good, instead of working through that messiness. So I think the initial communications may not be the cleanest or the clearest. It could be a little messy. But once you move through that, it gets smoother. Kind of rounds out around the edges. Things get a bit easier for you. So that communication comes in differently if you can allow yourself to work through the process of finding the version of communication that works best for you. Okay. Where are you shifting your focus? I'm hearing like, what are your eyes focusing on right now? We have the number 8, which is the number of self. So maybe you need to focus some intention, some energy through yourself, not necessarily to yourself, but like, so there's Sagittarius energy here. So I'm like shooting that arrow of like focus, aim, fire. What are you shooting your arrows at? Where are you narrowing your focus right now? It feels like it's coming from yourself into something else. So like putting your energy, putting your heart, your soul into something. Like my energy is super focused on this thing right now. The energy of creation is focused on this. There's some passion, there's love, and there's positivity going into this. And I think you just need to breathe a little bit and relax a little bit more. Feels like maybe you've come a long way in that sense of used to be a lot more tension surrounding this thing, but you're able to relax a bit more now and just breathe and allow yourself to focus calmly and keep your intention on something. And then, yeah, celebration. Little successes, little wins, keeping that positive attitude, the I can attitude, shifting that focus and hitting the target. Ancestors gather, calling on the ancestors. Maybe feeling called back to your roots a little bit or feeling guided towards doing something in a way that your ancestors used to. I'm hearing baking bread. If like, just, I don't know. I don't know if this will resonate, but I heard like mama's bread is best. If there was like a mother in your lineage or in your ancestry that made delicious bread, baked with love. If that's like a recipe passed down to you or something like that. But maybe there's even like a family gathering, some sort of reunion or celebration or something in the family. Your ancestors gathering, the ones who have passed come to your family gatherings and share that space with you and spend that time with you and bring some love with them. Um, Maybe your focus is on bringing others together. There's a focus on maybe helping others connect to their ancestors through some sort of, I'm hearing motion, but also like some sort of modality, physical movement to connect with the ancestors. Interesting. I don't know. Let me know if this resonates with you, Katie. Maybe some kind of like traditional dance, connecting with ancestors through traditional dance movements. Some kind of physical movement to process energy from ancestors, to process ancestral trauma, some somatic work, something like that. Helping others move those energies through their bodies. Because we can simultaneously heal the energy from the ancestors and connect to their traditions at the same time. Ooh, that is specific, but it feels like tingly. That feels nice. That could be significant for you. Is that really it? Okay. We'll get an animal for you now, Katie. The crow. The crow has messages for you to find what is shiny and new. What is shiny and new and calling to your attention? We focus. There we go. The crow wants the precious, pretty things. The crow wants you to find what's most precious and desirable for you and maybe put your focus on that. There's something about digging into the earth, digging a little bit deeper, digging beyond the surface to find that precious stone. There's a little spiral in here. Oh, there's a few different spirals in here. Things coming full circle. Finding a niche. Finding prosperity within a niche. Moving towards something better. Maybe coming out of that spiral and setting yourself free. Birds always make me think of taking a higher perspective. So when birds come through in these messages, it's how can you lift yourself up to see things a little bit differently? Take that bird's eye view, that higher perspective. Get some clarity through those. When you can be a little bit more objective, you get the messages and guidance that will move you towards where you're supposed to be. I think your ancestors want to lift you up as well and to guide you to where you are. If you're doing something that is connected to your ancestors, so like choosing a path for work, career, hobby, whatever, that is similar to something that your ancestors did in the past, they're supporting you in that. Finding yourself on the ground again just to lift yourself back up. Also community, collaborating with others in community, finding equal in community. Yeah, find that precious stone. It's just yours. It's all yours. It's for you to collect. The precious shiny things. All right. Those are all the messages I have for you, Katie. Thank you for being here. Or if you left, thank you for watching the replay. For those of you who missed the live, we'll be back every Wednesday at noon Central Time. I offer personal readings both in person and online. You can check out all the things that I offer, my events and services and everything on my Facebook page. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Send me a message if you would like to schedule something. Reiki is in person only. A lot of my events and everything that I offer are in person only, but my readings are always offered online. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I love, and I want to say thank you for helping me bring these messages through, because you are the collective and I was connected to the collective and what they need to hear most today. So thank you for bringing your shining energies forward. for us to bring you messages that you need the most. So, yay. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and the rest of your week, and I hope to see you next time. Have a beautiful day, everybody.